When it comes to the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 6, I must admit that there have been so many reports flying this way and then back that way, conflicting with one another, that at this point, when I see another report pointing in the opposite direction of the report we just had a few days prior, I do indeed start to feel a little fatigue, and I start to wonder, what does this mean? Do I even have anything relevant to say about this? So you can imagine that when another report dropped yesterday, which was, of course, April the 1st, April Fool's Day, I had that feeling times about 10. I did not think I had anything relevant to say about this, but upon further reflection, I have decided that it is actually worth talking about. So we're going to look here at galaxyclub.nl, and actually it was published on the 31st, but by the time I became aware of it, and by the time it was being re-reported by other publications, it was April the 1st. So this is what we're looking at. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra exists, but with a catch. So, of course, all of the recent reporting has been that they're making a Z Fold 6 and then a budget-friendly model. All that being said, we have also seen reports from places like WinFuture, who tend to be pretty accurate about these things, that there was an Ultra version coming. So what is happening? Are they making 3 Z Folds? Or is it a standard and an Ultra, a standard and a budget version? Well, this headline seems to indicate that there is at least an Ultra version coming, and they have some pretty good reasoning to be thinking this. We'll come down here, and they say they can contribute to the rumors. We can confirm that Samsung is working on a device with the model number SMF 958. So you don't have to really think about the SMF part. Just look at 958. The Z Fold 5 was 946. So you may be looking at these thinking, well, the number 9 is the only part that makes any sense. These other numbers are all changing. They say the Z Fold 6 will be 956. So there's a 958 and a 956. Last year was 946. Let's try and make this make sense. Basically, 6, the last number, has always indicated a foldable device. So it's been 9 something 6 the entire time, apparently. The number 8 has always signified an Ultra model. The S24 Ultra was 928. So we have a 958, which indicates two things. One, that it is a foldable device, and two, that it is an Ultra version of a foldable device. They say it's logical to assume 958 is indeed a Z Fold 6 Ultra. Now, some of you who have been following this twisting, weaving tale from the beginning may be saying, yes, Shane, those are model numbers, but weren't there also internal code names that point in precisely the opposite direction? And the answer to that would be, of course, yes. They show a code name internally of Q6A, whereas Q6 is typically going to be your Fold. Q5 was the Fold 5. Q6 is the Fold 6. They show a code name of Q6A circulating internally. A, of course, being typical of their lower-end devices. So we have this thing going on. We don't know which way is up right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I think is happening, okay? And this is based off of just the craziness of what's going on, where we have, reputable reporters saying one thing, other reputable reporters saying the other thing. We have data, code names in one direction. We have model numbers in another direction. What does this mean? I'm going to try to read the tea leaves and tell you basically what I think is happening. I think that we are indeed getting a budget version of the Z Fold 6. I also think, in a weird way, we're getting an Ultra version too. But it's not in the way that you might think, although maybe you think exactly what I think, and this is going to be predictable to you. What if the Z Fold 6 that was revealed to us via a CAD-based render a few weeks ago is indeed the Ultra variant? And by Ultra, what I mean is it says the word Ultra on it. They will provide some improvements here and there, but primarily a change in the styling of the device to bring it in line with the S24 Ultra. It gets that boxier design, it gets the titanium frame, so forth and so on, and they're going to call that the Z Fold 6 Ultra. That's going to be the same thing as the normal Z Fold 6. They're just going to put Ultra on the name, make it look like the S24 Ultra, and call it an Ultra. It's going to be the same price, $17.99, whatever. That's what's going to happen there. And then on the other side, we get our Z Fold 6A, which is going to be maybe closer to that $1,000 mark. Maybe it's going to kind of have a slightly more similar design to the S24 devices, where it's flat sides but more rounded. It's going to lose the S Pen digitizer. Maybe it won't be titanium. Maybe it will be. But that's going to be your A series phone. So we're going to be getting the same scenarios if there's the standard Z Fold and then the lower end Z Fold. But maybe we're just going to call the standard Z Fold the Ultra model. This hypothesis of mine is the only way I can currently think of that brings all of the rumors together and makes sense with all of the reporting. And that's why some of you may have already came to this conclusion as well. Now, one major monkey wrench that I can throw into this hypothesis is mentioned later on in this article. They say at the moment, only a variant of the SMF958 appears to be in development for South Korea. That's why the letter N is apparently appended to the end of it. N meaning South Korean market only. We cannot confirm the existence of device versions for Europe, the US, or other markets today. So it is possible that this is only going to be released in South Korea. Now, this may sound crazy to you, but Samsung has done things like this in the past. There is a more premium version of the Z Fold that is released in China. It tends to be very similar to the Z Fold that we get everywhere else, but it has this like luxury looking design, the gold frame. It also tends to start, I believe, at like 1 terabyte of storage. So you would think of it as like the most premium, like the most top of the line version of the Z Fold. I mean, this is something not a lot of people know about, but it could be something similar to what we're talking about here. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that they've only seen this model number with the N on it now, but it's coming to other markets. If that's not the case, though, and this is a Korea only or South Korea only device, then basically nothing's going to change from what we've said before. There's going to be a regular Z Fold 6 and then a budget model and then this premium version coming out in South Korea only. So those are the two sort of options for making sense of this current slew of rumors, or slate of rumors might make more sense. At any rate, guys, I'm going to drop the link to this article into the description down below. You can check it out yourself and see what else it might say. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are your theories about what might be going on and where this is headed? It's going to be fun to talk about in those comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.